This program is sponsored by Newcastle County Government.
Hey, I'm Celebrity Chef Dana Herbert, and welcome to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. Today we're going to be making a really flavorful dish. That's right, we're taking it down to the A. Now, if you don't know what the A is, that's short for ATL for all the people. We're going to make a cola glazed pork loin, and we could not visit the A without doing something with peaches. So I'm going to show you how to do a peach crisp, right? Chef Dana style, when we come back on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's PowerBoil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm Celebrity Chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out, thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back to the Chef Dana Cooking Show, everybody. Let's get started working on this cola glazed pork loin. That's right, I told you we're gonna take it to the A, short for ATL, and we're gonna do that today. So we're gonna do a cola glazed pork loin. Everybody knows there's some cola companies down there in Georgia, so shout out to them. We're gonna do a phenomenal cola glazed rub with a cola sauce, okay? So to start this off, we're gonna need a few ingredients, right? Of course, we're gonna need some cola. I like to use some breadcrumbs. So here I have some seasoned breadcrumbs. You could use seasoned ones, you could use the plain ones, your call. But I like the seasoned ones. I feel like they got a little more flavor to them. Also, we got some salt. I'm gonna add a little pinch of cumin to that. We're gonna add some black pepper, some oregano, some thyme. I'm gonna cut up a little garlic, and I have some coriander. So coriander is really the seed that produces the cilantro. So unlike a lot of herbs, coriander is cool because you can use it two ways: as its seed, ground up, or you let it, basically, I guess you let it grow, and then you use all the leaves from the cilantro. So it's kind of cool. All right, so let's cut up the garlic first, right? We need a little bit of garlic. Need a little bit of garlic. Let's cut that up. Nice and small. So I'm just thin slicing. Watch your fingers, everybody. I know sometimes you guys like to cook along with me. So watch those fingers cutting that garlic. All right, then I'm just gonna chop it up, just like this. Once you master your knife, you can pretty much go no hands. You're like, look, Mom, no hands, right? When you're riding your bicycle. Same thing with wielding the knives. Everybody knows I like to do little knife tricks, right? Okay. So I'm cutting up my garlic, just like that. Getting it kind of small because I want to be able to spread it all throughout the pork. You know what I mean? And then we're going to start to pull this bad boy together. Okay. So everybody always asks me, Dana, why do you have such a love for Georgia? Well, I got to do this really cool cake one time for Jesse Jackson. If anybody knows Jesse Jackson, he's always been an advocate for human rights and civil rights and so forth. So it was a real honor to do a cake for him. And we did a bust that looked like Jesse Jackson, like a young Jesse. So it was really cool. He was getting his honorary doctorate degree from down there, and they called us up, flew us in to do his cake. So it was really an honor to meet him. Never had met him before. Really nice guy. Okay. All right. So here is my garlic all chopped up. So now I'm going to start to add some of these things together. So I got my breadcrumbs here, right? We've got our garlic. I'm going to start to add the seasonings to the breadcrumbs. So I'm adding the coriander. I'm going to add that oregano. Some thyme. Does anybody have the thyme? Kitchen jokes. All right, we're going to add the pepper. Get out of there. We're going to add the salt. There we go. And then let's add that cumin. I like cumin because cumin is like that, I'm going to put my foot in it kind of flavoring or kind of spice. All right, so I'm just going to mix this up real quick. Make sure those seasonings are all in there. Now we're going to start to add some of the wet stuff, okay? So let's add the garlic to that. And then we're going to add some cola to make it like a paste. So you could add like a cherry cola. You could add a regular cola, vanilla cola. They're all going to work good. It's just going to depend on your flavor profile, all right? So I need to make a paste. So I'm going to take some of my cola and I'm going to start to add it to my breadcrumbs and mix this up a little bit. Now this is where your hands are honestly going to start to get a little dirty because we're going to have to rub that thing down. All right, so let me add some more cola. Now, I know you didn't think your hands could stay clean all the time in the kitchen, right? Good try. We get down and dirty. All right. So I'm mixing up my my little pasty rub here. I'm going to add some more cola to it. Now with the breadcrumbs in there, it kind of sucks it up a little bit like a sponge. So you got to mix it up. Just like this. See how it's sucking it up? And then I'm going to add the last bit. We want to make sure it's nice and sticky so it sticks to the pork loin. All right, now today I'm going to use a pork tenderloin, but you can use a pork loin, pork tenderloin, they all work great. Okay. So here is my pork loin. I'm going to get a slightly larger dish just to cook it in. All right, so I'm going to take this pork tenderloin, right? I'm going to lay that right in the dish, and then I'm going to show it some love. You know me, I put the love in the pan, right? So I'm going to get in here with my hands, get all nice and sloppy with it, and we're just going to rub this thing all over this pork tenderloin. Don't be shy. Don't be shy with it, right? Rub it all over this thing. Get it in there. At the end of the day, I want to get in my belly. Okay. So we want to make sure this thing has a nice coating on it. Promise you're going to thank me later. I see a little naked spot over here. Let's get a little something right there. See another little naked spot right here. Because as this thing cooks and the pork's going to release some juices as well, the breadcrumbs are going to help soak it up. So it's going to get full of flavor. And I see over here is just a little naked. Can't walk out the house naked, right? Okay. So this is what our pork tenderloin is going to look like. Can you see that right there? Take a look at that right there. All nice and coated. Come on. So prior to the show starting, I had my oven at 350 degrees. We got it up. We got her hot. I'm loving this new oven. It does everything. I mean, from baking and roasting to dehydrating even. It is really cool. It's even an air fryer. You can turn the camera on. You can see inside. So, you know, fellas, if we're watching the game, you know, it's the season right now for football. We can be sitting right on the couch. Bang, bang. Oh, look. My cola glazed pork loin is almost done. It's really cool. All right, so let's take this to the oven. Okay, I got it set on 350, and we're just gonna slide her in just like that. Okay, so we want to cook the pork until it's about 160 degrees. That is the safe cooking temperature for pork. I know sometimes people like it a little mid-rare, or medium, should I say, but 160 degrees is the proper cooking temperature for the pork. We're going to cook it, and when it comes out, we'll take any leftover pan drippings that there may be, and we'll incorporate that into our cola glaze that's to come. So for the cola glaze, it's pretty simple. It just takes cola. We're going to take a little bit, you could use either pork gravy or beef gravy for your sauce. We'll add a little bit of brown sugar. We'll add a little bit of lemon, and then a pinch of Dijon mustard, just to add a little something. So when we come back, we'll get into that sauce, and we're going to get into a wonderful peach crisp on the Chef Dana Cooking Show. We'll be right back.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Powerboil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
All right, welcome back everybody. So if you're just catching up, we got that cola glazed pork loin in the oven. Now for the cola glazed pork loin, all we did was we created a really nice paste. We used the cola, we used the breadcrumbs, we used some oregano, thyme, a little chopped garlic, salt, pepper, cumin, and coriander. Created a nice paste, rubbed it all around that pork loin, or pork tenderloin in this case, and we popped it in the oven, 350 degrees, and we're gonna let it go for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending upon what type of oven you have. Me, I got this GE profile behind me. It's a beast. I love it. It's got the convection in there, so the airflow is really nice in the oven. Next thing that we're gonna make today, I told you we're going to the A, down to ATL. We're doing a peach cobbler. Well, rewind. We're doing a peach crisp. So how that might differ than a peach cobbler, say like a peach cobbler would have kind of like some sort of dough on the bottom. You know, some people use pie doughs and so forth for their cobblers. On my cobbler, I use more of a batter style, old school grandmom peach cobbler when I do peach cobbler. Anybody that knows me knows I'm gonna throw some bacon on that thing, right? That's on my peach cobbler. Now, today we're gonna do a variation, and it's called a peach crisp. So how the peach crisp differs from a cobbler is that the peach crisp, typically you'd have the peaches in the bottom of the dish. You might season them a little bit with some cinnamon, some spices you might like, and then we do kind of like an oatmeal flour kind of mixture over top of it. So slightly different than a cobbler, but equally as delicious. I mean, at the end of the day, you can throw some ice cream on that peach crisp, and it's just like home run, you know what I mean? Atlanta Braves style. So today we're gonna do my peach crisp. So let me show you how I pull this all together. It's pretty simple, all right? So I got first my dish here. This is where I'm gonna do my peaches at. I drained most of the juices off the peaches, with it being a canned peach in this scenario. You wanna get some of that juice off of there. Not all of it, because you'll enjoy it later. But we want to get a little bit off of there, okay? So I'm going to put my peaches in here. And you can find different peaches all over the place. Sometimes even in the off season, you can find peaches in the freezer if you buy a really nice, what we call IQF, individually quick frozen peach. All right, so I got my peaches here. We need to give the peaches a little love. I'm going to give them a little bit of sweetness, right? So I'm going to use a little bit of brown sugar. I'm going to sprinkle that in there. And then I'm just going to mix that together. What I like about brown sugar and why I didn't do regular sugar in this case, the brown sugar has a little bit of that molasses feel in there, right? If you know anything about how they make sugar and the refinement of sugar and so forth, when you look at the different sugars, the white sugar has the molasses fully stripped out. The light brown sugar has some of the molasses in it. The dark brown sugar has more molasses in there. So depending upon the depth of flavor that you want, you pick your appropriate sugar. So like when you're making, let's see, what would be a southern pie? Pecan pie, right? Lots of pecans down there. You would choose the appropriate sugar for that. So you could choose either the white, the light brown, or if you want to get deep with it, you can go dark brown. All right? So we got our peaches here. To my peaches, I'm going to add a pinch of cinnamon and nutmeg. Got both of those in this dish. Okay? Cinnamon and nutmeg going in. Peaches love cinnamon and nutmeg. They just go well together. Other variations you could do to this peach crisp, you could do some ginger in there. Ginger goes very well with peaches. You could do blueberries. You could do blackberries. The only thing I find in doing, say, blueberries or blackberries, and you might want to toss them in just a little bit of flour before you throw them in here. When the berries break down, you know, the juices are darker. So you'll have these potential dark spots in your peach crisp. Doesn't mean it ain't tasty, baby. Let me tell you, doesn't mean it's not tasty. But you will have a few dark spots in there depending upon if you don't flour coat them. The flour helps seal in those juices a little bit. So the next thing is we need to make the streusel topping for our peach crisp. So I got a little bit of butter. We're going to put that in the microwave, and then I'll tell you the other things that we have. All right, let's step on over here to this profile microwave. Let's do 30 seconds. Let's see how that does. You guys ever have those moments with the microwave when the butter just goes pop and it goes everywhere? This microwave's got some juice to her, so I'm kind of babysitting it. I'm watching it a little bit. You know, she's brand new and she works really hard for me, so I'm checking out how long it takes for the butter to melt. You guys are my guinea pigs right now, right? So I got it on 8 more seconds. I think I'm gonna have to set it for another 30 seconds, truthfully. But, oh wow, this thing's melting pretty fast. Oh, we're almost there. Okay, I'm gonna set it for 30 seconds, but I'm gonna pull it out in about 10 to 12 seconds because we don't want it to make a mess. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, look at that. Well, now you know. Okay, so let's make this streusel topping. For our streusel topping, we're going to use some oatmeal. I tend to use the quick cooking oats because I feel like they suck up the butter better. I'm tongue-tied today. They soak up the butter better. Also, we have some flour, some brown sugar, and a little bit of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my oatmeal in. I'm going to throw my flour in. I'm going to add some brown sugar. Throw that brown sugar in there. We're going to add a pinch of salt. Now look, here's the thing. A lot of people like to skimp on the salt. You can't skimp on the salt when you're baking because it actually wakens up all the flavors. And you'll notice, like, and the bakers know, when they're making bread, they put a little salt in it, right? So that it's not flat. Okay. So I'm just mixing up my streusel topping here. Getting here with my hands a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is because, you know, sometimes brown sugar, you got a couple clumps in there. I like to break up that brown sugar so it's nice in the bowl. Okay. So now we got some flour, we got the oats, we got the brown sugar, we got that pinch of salt. Let's add in the butter. So I'm gonna pour my butter in there. Okay. Almost like we're doing a hokey pokey. We're gonna move it all around. There we go. So we're gonna mix this up, just like that. Ooh, you can see how nice and ooey gooey it's getting already, right? It's getting nice and sticky. Perfect. So you can see that the butter is getting soaked up by the oats, mixing with the brown sugar. And now it's time, we're going to put some of this mixture on top. So I'm going to put some on my spatula, and I'm going to try to move it around so that all the peaches are getting some love. Right? You don't have to 100% cover the top. You know? If you want to, you can, but with a streusel like this, with it having the sugar in it and the salt in it and so forth, you can kind of use it almost like how you might do a dollop here, a dollop there, which is what you see me doing. It'll melt down just a little bit anyway, but you don't have to feel like, oh, I gotta fully cover the top of this. We're doing rustic, right? That's what Southern food is known for. Flavorful, rustic, family traditions, family style. Whenever I think of Southern food, I think of grandmom. And like I always say, my grandmom, she can rock. She can burn, baby. All right. So now I'm just covering here, just like that. Remember, like I said, it's going to melt down. And this is going to go to the oven for about 25 minutes or so. I'll make sure I can get in all this, because this is a bowl of just deliciousness. It's going to turn into a pan of bubbly goodness. All right. So check this out. This is how our peach crisp should look prior to going into the oven. Just like that. All that yummy streusel on top. The peaches underneath. We flavored the peaches with some cinnamon, tossed it with that and brown sugar, and now we're going to go to the oven. Okay. Put that right in there. She's probably going to take about 20 minutes or so to cook. I'm going to get rid of a couple of these dishes. So I bet you guys, most people, don't know where peaches originated. Now, I told you, I love peaches, so I'm going to share with you a few peach facts. So peaches are thought to have originated in China. They go back as far as 6,000 BC. Crazy, right? I was definitely not here at that time. So they go back to China, 6,000 BC, and the soldiers used to actually wear the peach blossoms, and they would put the peach blossoms on their doors because they thought it would ward off the evil spirits. China today is still the largest peach manufacturer in the world, and they produce about 11 million tons of peaches. Second on the list is Italy, Italy, and they do approximately 1.5 million tons of peaches a year, and the United States is third on the list, and we do about 1 million tons of peaches in the year. Now, I'm from the first state of Delaware, and everybody's like, well, how did you find a love for peaches? So here's the history behind peaches. At one point in time, Delaware was the largest peach producing state in the country. We would produce 6 million baskets or bushels of peaches a year, to the point where the trains would just pull up every day and they would just load all these peaches onto the train during peach season every day, and the trains would pull off and take them to all different parts of the country. Well, Delaware embraced that so much that our pie, or our dessert, our state dessert, is the peach pie or a peach custard pie, and the state flower is the peach flower. Unfortunately, a disease came and took out all of the peach trees in Delaware. So when that happened, Delaware never reinvested in becoming a major peach producer like it used to be. And so you'll find that some of the other southern states that had warmer climates started growing the peaches for the rest of the country. All right, so that's our peach facts for today. When we come back, everybody, I'm going to show you guys how that pork is doing. I'm going to let you guys take a look at that peach crisp. We'll catch how that's going. And we're going to make the glaze for the cola glazed pork loin when we come back on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out, thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Hey, welcome back everybody. I am like, my belly is going crazy because I'm smelling so many wonderful flavors in the kitchen. Let's check on the pork loin and let's check on that peach crisp. Let me get a hot pad here. Let's check on this yummy-liciousness. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I know my peach crisp isn't done, it needs a little bit more time, but look at that pork loin that went in just a little while prior to. It's looking good, it has that crust on there. I'm gonna take my thermometer, let's give it a quick check, see where we're at. Okay. All right. Oh, we're getting close. Yes, sir, Bob. Okay, we might just about be there on the pork. Always good. You want to make sure you check it a couple spots, right? Because sometimes if you check it too close to the end, you could get a false reading on what's happening in the center. Okay, our pork is done. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. We'll let it rest a little bit right here on the stove. But that is good to go. Hey, buddy. How you doing? All right, so there's the pork. That is out. As you can see, we got that beautiful crust on there. Peach crisp, not done yet, okay? I'm going to put it back in. We're going to set our timer, all right? And we're going to check that out in just a minute or two. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to make the cola glaze for this one. All right. So for the cola glaze, it only has a few ingredients. Of course, we're going to need a little cola, right? We're going to need some gravy, which I have right here. Again, you could use pork gravy, you could use beef gravy. It totally depends on what your preference is. I have a little bit of mustard, and then we got a little bit of brown sugar because, again, we want to make it like a glaze. So we're going to need to warm up our pot and so forth. Now, what we want to do is we want to take our cola, pour it in there. She's going to sizzle. We really cook on this show. I don't know about everywhere else. We cook on this show. All right. We're going to add in our brown sugar. We're going to stir that up so that it can dissolve, right? Which won't take long in the cola at all. We're going to need to add some gravy, and we're going to need to add some, what is that? We're going to need to add some Dijon mustard, all right? So we're adding the Dijon mustard. Okay, and then we're going to need to add in our gravy. So let me scrape that out here. And then we're going to want to cook this a little bit so it can get nice and glazy for our pork tenderloin. All right, so we just mix that around a little bit. I'm going to use my whisk, make sure everything is all nice combined. I'm going to turn up my heat a bit. And we want to cook this until it becomes one nice mixture. Basically like taking that pork gravy or that beef gravy and we're amping it up. We're throwing it on steroids right now, okay? All right, so we're gonna let that just come to a simmer. Now, I bet you guys didn't know, or the question I get a lot of times is, what in the world is cola, right? We've all drank it, but what is it? What's in it? Where'd it come from? So I'm gonna school you guys real quick. Angelo Mariani, right? They're like, who's Angelo Mariani? Angelo Mariani was a pharmacist. This particular pharmacist came up with what was known as coca wine. Now, another pharmacist by the name of John Pemberton, he saw and tasted the coca wine, and remember, the wine has alcohol in it, and he loved it, but he said, how can I create something somewhat similar to this, but that's non-alcoholic, and that could be drank, you know, for lunch, dinner, etc. So John Pemberton, he came up what was known as Coca-Cola in 1886. Now, cola, it gets its name from the cola nut. The cola nut was what was providing the caffeine for the beverage. So when you're wondering why is everybody calling it cola, it was because they were getting the caffeine from the cola nut. So what's in a general cola, right? In a cola is typically some caramel color, and that color is derived from caramelization, right? But the other ingredients in there outside of course, you know, water, would be a sweetener. In a lot of cases, they'll use either sugar or they'll use a high fructose corn syrup. Some of them have created alternative colas that are sweetened with things like stevia or sweetened with Splenda and so forth. And you've seen them come out via like Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi or some of these other diet cola beverages. The other flavoring ingredients in there, some of the basics would be like vanilla. You would also find some cinnamon. Most people don't realize that, but normally colas have some cinnamon. And you will typically find some citrus notes in there, right? So with the citrus notes, typically it's coming from, I believe, like a lemon peels, or it would come from orange zest or orange peels and so forth. They'll take the oils out of those, right? If you ever watch my show, I always say the zest is important because that's where you get a lot of the good flavor from. John knows what he was doing, right? And he was using the orange peels and the lemon peels to get some of that flavor for the cola. But shout out to John and Angelo for their work because America loves cola right now. All right? So that's just some quick facts on cola. So I'm here right now and I'm just kind of whisking my sauce a little bit. It's starting to come together beautifully. I'm going to season it right now with a little bit of salt and pepper. All right? Remember, I always say you got to balance out the sweet with a little bit of salt. So I'm putting in some salt. I'm going to put in some pepper. Salt and pepper go together like peanut butter and jelly, baby. All right, so we're going to put in some pepper. We're going to put in some salt. Whisk that around. You see that we're coming to a simmer. And then I'm going to take a look here at this pork loin, right? We're going to take a look at that. Let's see how that is coming together. Let me get a pair of tongs because I know she's hot. And let's slide her on over here. Get a little closer. Come on. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to loosen her up from the bottom here. Come on. There we go. Almost. Okay. So let's take a quick sneak peek here. Uh-oh. There we go. Let me get a second tongue. I'm going to grab one more because I like my crust to be on there. And I see this is a two-tong job, right? Two-tong job. There we go. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay. Here we go. So that is our pork loin coming out right there with the crust. Mostly intact. Mostly intact. With crust, they're always going to dry out a little bit and they crack a little bit. But the flavor on them is so good, it's worth the risk. All right. So our pork is looking pretty good. I'm going to just give it a cut. Let's take a peek at the inside. She's definitely done. All right. We cooked her to about 165 right now. All right. So the pork is looking good. So when we come back, I'm going to show you guys how I finish the pork loin. We're going to get that peach crisp, right? We'll get that plated up so you guys can take a look at that, and we'll glaze it with the cola glaze. So when we come back on the Chef Dana Cooking Show, peach crisp and cola glazed pork loin.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm going to show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're going to go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Oh, Nelly, welcome back to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. I'm super excited. We got some pork tenderloin right here for you guys. It's got the beautiful crust on there. We're gonna cut some up and plate some up in a second. We've been cooking our cola glaze, and remember I just gave you guys the history of cola. Angelo Mariani, John Pemberton, shout out to you guys for creating cola. And remember, the flavoring of cola is really vanilla, cinnamon, some citrus oils and so forth. Of course, there's a few other things in there that we can't let out because that's cola's secret, but those are some of the major ingredients on top of the water and the sweetener in there. So we got our cola glaze going on, and you can use, again, you could use regular cola, cherry cola, vanilla cola. There's even some citrus ones out there. So give those a try in your sauce. It'll taste really, really, really good. We got the peach crisp in the oven. That's going to be coming out in just a second. I'll show you guys how I plate that up. You're going to love it. So let's take a peek at our peach real quick, right? We want to check out how that's doing. Let's see if we got a pan of bubbly goodness. Oh yeah, look at that. She's bubbling, baby. She's bubbling. All right, here is our peach crisp. We're definitely going to need to bring this out, let it calm down just a little bit, right? But that is looking scrum-diddly-umptious. All right, I'm gonna get a second one. I gotta treat this like gold. This is gold, baby. Look at that. She is screaming like, put some ice cream on me or something, right? So that's our peach crisp. Let's plate up our pork. And then I know a lot of people ask me like, hey chef, why do you use different beverages, right? In some of the things that you make. And I mean, when you look at baking, I mean, 7-Up cake is like classic, right? It's kind of like a pound cake and so forth, and they use a little bit of 7-Up in there. The cool thing with baking and using some of the sodas, or even using a cola creme anglaise to make ice cream with is really good. The cola, from a baking perspective, gives the cake a little bit of rise because it has the carbonation already in there. You're getting some of those bubbles. Those bubbles cause rise, just like it would almost act as like a baking powder would or a baking soda would. You put a little cola in there, that reaction that causes the gas, the caffeine, the carbonation, etc., to push, gives your cakes a little bit of a rise. So that's why I like to use cola in some of the things that we do at the shop, at the bakery, or other beverages, right? We've used ginger ale works really well. Some of the lighter ones like the Sprites, the 7-Ups, they work well. Root beer works extremely well when you're trying to make root beer cakes and so forth. So these are just some of my tips. With the pork here, we're gonna get ready to cut that up. I am super excited, super excited. So did you guys know that pork dates all the way back to at least 5,000 BC? It is the most commonly eaten meat in all the world. Pork, when you think about it, you're like, is it really more than chicken? All right, so let's think about some of the things that are made with pork. Of course, you got the pork loin, you got the pork tenderloins, you got the bacon, you got sausage, you have scrapple. I love scrapple. My grandma made a ridiculous scrapple and onion omelet with a little cheddar. Flashbacks. What else do we have? We have the hams, right? Every Thanksgiving, I mean, think about how many hams are going on tables. So pork is the most common meat. Pork and its preparation came about really like when you think about charcuterie, which is a popular culinary word nowadays, right? Charcuterie came about, the drying, the smoking of different sausages and different meats as a way to preserve the pork and be able to use it and eat it later. So you find that they made like different sausages, they made terrines, pâtés, and so forth, so they could enjoy the pork in a bunch of different ways, but also some of the processes in charcuterie allowed them to preserve them and so forth. Because you gotta remember, we're thinking about a time when there was not refrigeration. You're talking 5,000 BC. Like, how do you keep what you have and preserve it? So that's how charcuterie came about. And so once refrigeration came about, charcuterie never ended. You know, it just kept going, that style of using the pork. So I'm gonna cut a couple slices here. I'm super excited. I know I'm gonna crack my crust. It is what it is, but I'm gonna save some of this crust. I'll just pop it off now because I'm gonna save some for later. All right, so let's cut this pork up. Cut some slices. We'll get some cola glaze on there. And like I said, I'm gonna serve that pork with that crust. Don't you think for 1 minute that that pork is gonna go on that plate and we're not gonna, get a little bit of crust with it. Okay, so, man, would I be wrong if I just ate a piece on TV right now? I don't think so. I'm doing it. I can even taste the pork. I'm sorry. I can even taste the cola. Wow. I can taste the cola in the meat just from the crust. That's crazy. Okay. I'm over here like, I should have made some mashed potatoes to go with this. Or a nice sweet potato puree. Okay, so here's some pork. I told you I'm gonna take a little bit of crust. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put it right on top because you're gonna be missing out if you don't get any crust. Let me get a ladle. As you can see here, our sauce is reduced, right? So if you're looking in that pan right there, you are going to see that our sauce has reduced. So basically in the reduction, that means there's a concentration of flavors going on. Now you're talking my language. All right, I'm gonna scoop a little bit of sauce here. Look at that. Okay. And we're just gonna drizzle that right over top the crust, right over top that pork. All right, so that's our pork with our little bit of glaze, our cola glaze on there, which is amazing. And like I said, we've had such a reduction in the pot. I mean, check this out. Look how much that's reduced. You can see where the line was and where it's down to now. Anytime you have that type of reduction, it's a total concentration of flavor going on in the pot. All right? Now, let's talk about that peach crisp. So for the peach crisp, the way I like to serve it is I do it in a bowl. Like, I am so much of a wholesome family kind of guy, I just do it right in the bowl. I don't even try to make it fancy, right? I just get right in there. We get some peaches in there. You know I'm gonna get some of that crust. Now I'll teach you guys another trick. I'm just letting you guys in on all the tricks here on the Chef Dana Show. If you want another trick on how to fortify flavor, right? So we got our peach crisp here. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna add to it too. Because don't think for 1 minute I'm gonna leave you guys hanging. But if you want another trick, once you've taken all the peaches out of your dish, you're gonna be left with the juices, right? If you wanna go crazy with it, take the juices that are in the dish, put it into a saucepan, reduce it a little bit, and you're gonna get a peach caramel out of the sauce, all right? So you heard it here first. Peach caramel with the sauce. All right, we're gonna break open a little bit of ice cream here. Let's get a little scoop. We can't have a peach crisp without some ice cream. Ooh, my freezer is frozen solid. Look at that. GE, you're doing it again, baby. Okay, let's dig in here and get some ice cream on this baby. My freezer's like sub-zero. Okay, there we go. So I would just take a little scoop of ice cream, make it look pretty. Make it look pretty, right? And I would throw that bad boy right on top of your peach crisp. So there you have your peach crisp today, along with your cola glazed pork tenderloin. The pork is tasting amazing. I'm about to jump in here right now because I didn't get a piece with glaze on it, right? So never trust a chef that doesn't try his stuff. I'm just saying. Okay, let's try that out. Oh my Lord. I did it again. The pork is tender. The flavor on the glaze, it definitely is concentrated with the reduction that's going on. I can taste the little pinch of mustard that I put in there. It's not missing, like you saw, it was just a little bit, but it was just enough to give the sweetness from the cola and the brown sugar, just a little cut. It's perfect. Wow. Wow. All right, I'm Chef Dana. Thank you guys for tuning in to our cola glazed pork tenderloin and our peach crisp. We took it straight from the A today, and we'll see you next time on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.